Yes, writing plus or minus 1 in the last digit is a reasonable default for a single measurement, but for rigorous uncertainty, you should use repeat readings or instrument specifications to estimate a better uncertainty. When you measure something many times, first find the average by adding all the values and dividing by how many you took, because the average is the best single number to represent your data. Then find how far each measurement is from that average, square those differences so none are negative, add those squared differences together, and divide by the number of measurements, minus 1, to get the variance. And take the square root to get the standard deviation, which tells you how spread out the measurements are. If you want to know how precisely you know the average, divide the standard deviation by the square root of how many times you measured to get the standard error, which usually gets smaller with more measurements. Always report the average and the uncertainty using the same number of decimal places so the result looks honest and the units stay consistent. A common mistake is reporting too many digits, which makes your result look more precise than it really is, so round the average and the uncertainty to matching sensible decimal places and report them together. Another mistake is mixing up standard deviation and standard error, where the standard deviation describes how spread out individual measurements are, and the standard error estimates how well you have determined the mean, so use the one that answers your question. A third mistake is using the population variance formula instead of the sample formula that divides by the number of measurements, minus 1 for small data sets. So use the unbiased sample formula when you only have a sample of measurements. Visit www.gumballdegree.com to find more videos and resources on estimating uncertainty from repeated measurements.